Alrighty then. So, I've already done the traveling. Who's this guy? Crescent Runner. Doesn't seem like anybody particularly interesting. Though we should probably talk to him. As you can see, Dusk Watch is closed off to the likes of us. Else, I would be taking shelter from the storm. The disfavored scout struggles to recall your features. Then his eyes open in dawning comprehension. Ah! The Fatebinder of Tunon! Commander Osmios told me that I should look out for company, but I didn't expect anyone from this high up in the food chain. He beckons for you to follow. Due east of here, our unit gathers its strength to take Dusk Watch. Follow me. He glances up at Barrick in sudden bewilderment. You're the biggest stone shield I've ever seen. How did you run around in armor like that? How do you run around in armor like that? With great effort. But I must keep moving to stave off the rust. My calves have bulged with the size to the size of piglets.
Sounds like your calves. Here, give me one right now.
Are you serious? We're recording. Okay. Let's go. Shell has a weird fascination with my calves.
Well,
they're magnificent, but still.
It's because I've never been able to have like an actual actual tonnage for my calves.
You don't work out.
Well, you don't either.
I used to a lot. I used to hike a lot too. Anyway, Osmios. The disfavored commander wears his armor over broad shoulders and stands as if he knows it all too well. Gravenash protects, Osmios. Oh, Gravenash protects. Osmios, 32nd Legion. Pleasure to have you join us, even this close to Iron Hearth. We need all the help we can get. He frowns at Barrick. Still strapped, I see. How are you faring under there, soldier? It is challenging enough to fit food through the stubborn iron bucket. I have gained several hundred pounds of iron and muscle over the past year, and I smell like a mass grave left open in the sun. But I am, for the moment, upright. So he's gaining in size.
Well, yeah, I don't understand how metal could strap itself to you, and then in order to keep it aloft, you would have to grow muscle, but it would take up space you didn't have.
Yeah, I don't know.
That or he just has no fat on his body.
Oh. As you might be able to tell, this fort is a tough nut to crack. The Unbroken aren't too keen on surrendering, and our preliminary attacks have yet to break through. One of our soldiers is chained inside, Kalaya, and will go to any length to get him out. He glances at the fort with longing. What is your business at Dusk Watch? I expect you've come to aid in the war effort, but when it comes to Tunon's agents, it pays not to make assumptions.
It's interesting. This is the first time you've actually been unable to answer things. I mean,
no.
The previous one there was Hunter, and then the other one...
We've been unable to do these several times in the past. I kind of wish it wouldn't even show me these options.
But, like,
if I'm locked
guild
out of them.
apprentice, soldier, what? Oh, would you have had to have been mage rather than soldier?
Yeah, so,
Noble scion.
Yeah, so these are all character backgrounds. I don't remember what I picked for my character.
You're
anyway.
probably mage.
Yeah.
Mage.
I'm here to help the disfavored and put an end to the Unbroken.
Well, Ash...
No.
You should have said
We're gonna
Ash
do that
wants
too.
me to save the daughter.
Well, but she's not here.
Yeah.
Anyway, his interest spikes. Is that right? Well, welcome aboard. We're not without defenses, but we could always use an extra warm body to support the phalanx. The Unbroken are trying to enter Sentinel Stand, and we mean to put a stop to it. Day and night my forces have battered themselves against those walls, but even the tireless disfavored have their limits. I'm afraid we're out of commission until Ash's Aegis takes the edge off and knits our wounds closed. You look lively enough. What say you help us get Kalaya out and soften up the Unbroken for execution? Let's see. Count me in. The Unbroken will shatter against our offensive.
What about the I need answers, not bodies? Killing the Unbroken might not help me.
Nah. We were gonna fight our way in.
Okay, but
I'm trying to stay consistent here. The previous character was very sympathetic to rebel groups. Well, not the previous character. The previous round with the Vendrian's Guard, we were not exactly sympathetic. To the Vendrian Guard, we were fair, just, and whatever, but it was always just like you defy us. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to stick with the narrative that we are super authoritarian here, so count me in. The Unbroken will shatter against our offensive. Before you get too excited, your job is to infiltrate the base under cover of night and extract the prisoner. Don't let anyone spot you. If you alert them while inside, you'll be on your own. Kalaya is a good soldier, and he's been in Unbroken hands longer than anyone. Should have to endure. You might think him just another stone shield, but Ash holds the lives of his troops in high regard. So we should consider the recovery effort as important as taking Dusk Watch itself. There are a few structural weaknesses along the perimeter, which should help you sneak in. After releasing Kalaya, open the front gate from the inside. He flashes you a toothy grin. We'll flood the keep and make short work of Agathon's soldiers. Are you ready to begin?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ash's daughter.
I found evidence that Ash's daughter passed by Sentinel Stand. Could Kalaya know more about her disappearance? Amelia? Osmios draws himself up. By the North, I never even considered that anyone in her unit survived capture. If his sanity is still intact after all this time, then it's entirely possible that Kalaya could tell us something. It's been some time since I allowed myself such optimism. If Kalaya traveled with Ash's daughter, then we have a chance at taking her back from the southern wretches. Okay.
How was she lost during the war?
Sure. I wish I could tell you. If what you're suggesting is true, I have no reason to believe that it isn't, then Kalaya should be able to tell us more about what happened to her and where she ended up. We dispatched cohorts of soldiers to recover her unit, but we had to pull back our efforts when the Edict of Storms hit. Navigating the region became less organized and more a matter of chance. I'm sure that Ash has worried himself sick, wondering about his daughter's safety. I have worried as well, and the question plagued me even as we marched to recover her unit. It plagues me still.
Wait, yeah, Kairos proclaimed an edict even though Ash's daughter was missing?
Sure. With all due respect, Ash's daughter means less than a dented goblet to the Overlord. Kairos is above such matters, and wouldn't pause to take the girl's safety in consideration, much less yours or mine. Besides, the great general knew the risks of sending his daughter into battle. He wouldn't let his feelings compromise the war effort. Alright, I'm ready. Dusk Watch is all but ours. Eager, are we? Good! Osmios pats you on your shoulder. Make your move as soon as night falls. Remember to stay out of sight, and go for Kalaya. We'll wait for you to open the gates from inside, but we can't help you until that happens. Good hunting. Oh. I was like, why is it panning?
You just left your mouse up?
I wasn't paying full attention. This game makes me sleepy.
I think it's because of just the bling.
Yeah, its music is very backgroundy.
Yeah.
And it's also, there's a lot of talking, which, like, is kind of tiring. So we got that. I'm gonna sneak around. I'm gonna see what we can find. This really is not much of a fort.
It's made out of wood, for one. And there's a lot of gaps.
Yeah, they told us not to be caught.
At this rate, why couldn't they burn it down? Oh, they want Kalaya.
Yeah. Yeah, they told me not to get caught, but honestly, I kind of feel like I'm just going to...
come in and...
I'm gonna guns blaze my way through the entire place.
That could potentially lead to them killing the captive, though. Also, haven't they had this guy for years? Or just recently was he captured?
I don't know. Wait.
That wasn't just an open door.
It looks like it.
But you can't go through it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think I'm leaning for this entrance.
Just because it's at the far side?
Yeah. Either of these two would probably be best. I don't know. I don't know which one's better. Given the oppressive rust storms, the Unbroken soldiers have remarkably good aim with a bow.
Well, what's the other one? I want to see, like, what section of the fort it's in, what's around there, because that looks like a table with maps.
This seems maybe a little bit more isolated because it's right next to the archery range.
Okay.
Because there's this wall here.
Okay.
Okay, hole in the fence. Crawl under the hole. Yeah, enter the fort. You'd think we'd be able to stick our head through and scout. Well, that's okay. Hey, I found Kalaya.
He's right there.
I am good at this. Probably should have,
You should have had the lady wolf come out of stealth and just clobber them.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. There we go.
Oh, are you getting people from the other...
It's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I have many line spells that do horrible things to people.
That's quite the radius, too.
Yep. And it does some serious damage. I am an AoE caster through and through, and it has served me very well. Let's see. No. It's this one. Normally I don't do cone spells. But like today we do cone. Whoa, what's this one? Withering Cloud. Oh, hey. I didn't even know I had this spell. Okay. And we have Rhyme Spike. Yeah. This is satisfying. This is part of the reason why I'm not particularly worried about getting caught here. They did not,
They actually used the lines.
They did not actually, they barely even injured Barrack.
Nice.
Like, the Vendorian Guard put up a way harder fight than these guys ever did.
Okay, well, there's Kalaya.
Yeah, we'll grab him in a second.
Hey, don't...
What?
He's actually practicing. Have her leap at him. I want to see what happens.
Okay,
What did
she's
you
doing
do?
Leaping Death. I think...
You were spotted.
Yeah,
before.
combat start. I don't know. Not too worried about it one way or another. Let's just do a Rhyme Spike on the guy. Yeah, he hasn't even noticed us yet. It's just combat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured before we rescue Kalaya, we'd kill everybody.
Hey, is there a helmet that you can take?
Yes. Or, yeah, it looks like a helmet. Yep, helmet. Sadly, my two melee fighters have no use for equipment. So it's a little bit meaningless.
Are you really gonna go through the whole camp?
I'm going to kill everybody.
No, stop. Go back.
What?
See how there's like the cross swords and stuff? I don't think you're supposed to...
Cross swords just means it's an enemy.
Oh.
Fine, we'll go talk to Kalaya first.
I mean, you chose the right half of the camp.
This bound soldier looks to have endured a recent and vicious beating. Though most of his bruises have progressed to their later stages, he looks at you with tired resignation. If you're here to kill me, get it over with. Release him. On your feet, soldier. I'm with the disfavored. No sooner that do you untie him than he grabs your wrist hard enough to cut off your circulation. I'll not fall for some unbroken trick. You won't get me to talk with this mockery of a rescue.
Kills and shouts. She snarls viciously and snaps her teeth.
Kalaya! Barrack shakes his head. The poor man's gone mad from imprisonment and torture. I've seen it happen. Never, though never, to a good Northman.
Graven Ash protects?
Graven Ash protects! His eyes widen and he releases you immediately, nodding with gratitude. Graven Ash protects. I had lost hope that this day would ever come. He rubs his wrist and regards you with respect. This fort is still controlled by the Unbroken, and I'm in no shape to fight my way out. I take it there are still other soldiers outside these walls. If you open the gate from the inside, letting in reinforcements will give us the opportunity we need. I have questions for you first. We can compare war stories when the Unbroken are all dead. He ushers you out of the stable. Get going before they get wise to the plan. Alright, time to go kill everybody. Open the front gate. What the balderdash? Murder our way through the camp, then open the gate and then be like, yo, your help was unnecessary. I mean, look, this camp is like empty.
Undermanned, yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a handful of doodahoods.
Now, one thing I've been wondering is, are the soldiers' heads clipping through their caps?
Yes.
Because that's the skin that I'm seeing.
Yes, that is bald head texture.
Ah.
They don't even notice.
Nope.
We're not really assassins, but we do a damn good job of it. Okay, so we have Agathon. Let's run south just in case. Oh.
Can't you even get there?
Nope, looks like we gotta take the long way around. Okay, well, this is more opportunity for hot chocolate.
That's Delora.
Yeah, part of it is, I bet these characters actually become, like, proper NPCs if you'd taken the rebel route through the game. And then you could talk to them and make friends and ally up and stuff.
How would you have even gotten the rebel route?
If you favor the Vendrian Guard at every turn, remember when Ebb showed up to talk to you? She would have handed you a missive being like, come meet with us, and then you could pretty much betray Kairos. Ah, this is good hot chocolate. Just what I need. Okay.
But there's no whipped cream.
I'll live. Oh, right. This reminds me. This poor guy. There we go. You two should probably stop stealthing. Ooh. Okay, so we've got some extra friends here. Not many, but enough. Can I hit both? I can hit both.
Is that a third moon, or is it just a massive crater on the moon, the bigger moon?
Massive crater, it looks like. I could be wrong, but I think it's just a massive crater. Let's move over here. Oh.
I always like it when there are two moons in, like, fantasy worlds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's one of the reasons I've been playing, No Man's Sky lately. That game has wonderful, like, moon vistas and stuff. Like, it's just wonderful looking up in the sky and being like, that's just a big moon. That is just a big, satisfying looking moon. I don't know. I liked it in episode 4 where you could see the two moons up in the sky. Though I like it better when the planets are impossibly close to each other, where you can, like, actually kind of see details on the other planets. Just because it's such a nice visual effect.
I know that there's been a lot of speculation as to just how important our moon is to Earth. Regarding, you know, the push and pull of the tides and the maintenance of, like, an internal, you know, volcanic activity and stuff.
Yeah.
Because think about how many other planets are dead. Like, they have no internal activity. They had the wrong balance of core to mantle to crust. The incorrect temperatures. For an inner planet, our moon is really big.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I don't think about these things too much. I just like looking at it.
It's awesome. But
it is. You're right.
But it just makes me wonder, like, what other planets would have that are capable of sustaining life. Because, like, if having a moon of this size and this, like, having its gravitational pull actually be a substantial influence, like, what are the necessary requirements for a habitable planet? Is it the star's color? Is it the precisely where it sits in its orbit? Is it how it orbits? Is it the... Because, you know, it would be pretty miserable living on a planet like Mercury or something.
Yeah.
Where... actually, I think it doesn't it really rotate much at all?
Yeah, so, Mercury is pretty fixed in its rotation.
So it's like Ryloth in Star Wars, where, you know, one side is just scalding heat and the other side is just infinite cold. I mean, in Star Wars, they had the Twi'leks living along the, like, twilight area in between, but primarily underground. That was interesting. But yeah, the presence of moons, the presence of water. precisely how much volcanic or extraterrestrial activity must have occurred. Extraterrestrial as in like meteorites and such pummeling the world, because too little and a lot of necessary resources might not have been brought there. Too much, and I mean,
You can keep going. I'm just
I'm
focused
just
on
thinking
combat.
about how they're
I'm just thinking about space.
aside from the destruction of like the forests and biodiversity and the potential for a plague to wipe out humankind, and like obviously there's always the threat of human warfare.
Yeah.
I can't really see much destroying Earth as swiftly as an asteroid.
You're probably right about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't like to think of like the world just randomly getting nuked by something, because that's like a little bit too. I mean, it's probably the most possible way that the Earth is ever going to get messed up. I just don't want to think about it because it's just like, well, I mean, we can't even stop that, really.
It's just every once in a while, I will encounter an article of scientists saying, hey, you know, we have a super asteroid that would destroy Earth if it made impact.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's skirting our solar system by a couple hundred, whatever kind of distance units they like to use. And they're like, yeah, it seems far, but it's pretty close. And I mean, with space trajectories, you know, one tiny shift in its trajectory could land it right here. If you know what I mean?
Yep.
They have a long way to travel.
Oh.
He is gear.
Can't loot him though.
Huh.
I think it, I think I did the area loot, but it didn't properly get rid of his, like, lootable circle. I could be wrong.
I see.
We were kicking ass. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else in here.
Taking names, right?
Yep, let's go get this gate open.
Or I thought it was taking names and kicking ass.
I think it's kicking ass and taking names.
Really?
Yeah. I don't exactly remember. I'm gonna look at this, by the way. My character. So our control fire is okay. Force, frost. Okay, so apparently our spell levels aren't terrible. Oh, interesting. So 12 ranks, 12 might. Oh, so that's how it works. Okay. I shouldn't have put in so many points into control frost in the beginning of the game. I should have put it into athletics or really lore. That is like the most useful skill in the game as far as I'm concerned. Okay, can we... There we go.
He just had already taken care of everyone inside.
Yes. They're just like, well, thanks, Fatebinder. Might as well just fight this war for us. And I'm like, that's the plan. Kalaya, Osmios greets the former prisoner with open arms. Graven Ash told us to seek you out. He shows you great favor. Barrick? Kalaya squints up at your companion. I hardly recognized you under there. I would say you're a sight for sore eyes, but well, you look terrible. Glad to see you in one piece, Kalaya. The soldier winces as he tries to stand tall. I'm relieved to see my countrymen again. But give me a moment. I'm still weak from my wounds. Ash's protection has kept me alive, but these Unbroken can be relentless when they want something. Let's see. He looks up. Glad to see you alive, soldier. I don't think I got your name earlier. Lore 42 salute. I'm Dude, Tunon's Fatebinder. Graven Ash protects. Something in the soldier's mannerism changes. He turns to you with a look of respect. Indeed he does. Were it not for Ash, I would not be alive today. What can I do for you? I'm afraid you find me in poorer condition than I would normally present myself. Yeah. Who are you, soldier? I'm just a stone shield, but I was bound to serve Graven Ash's daughter, Amelia. His voice falters. It was my pride to fight at her side, and my great shame when Stratus Harridan's forces overpowered and captured our unit. The old regent may be 10 times as stubborn as his people, but he lacks none of their might. Sounds like, no, wait, no.
Did she survive?
Yeah, Ash's daughter survived the storms? Amelia didn't die on the field that day. We were both taken prisoner, but I was moved here and made to suffer. The edict hit shortly after, and I assume stymied any effort to recover us. If Stratus isn't a fool, then he's keeping her alive as hostage for some future negotiation ploy. By Kairos, this confirms everything my legion fought for. She survived capture. That means there's a chance. I have it from Ash personally that he felt a I have it from Ash personally that he felt a connection to his daughter. He frowns. And in fact, it's grown stronger for some reason. You have your orders, Fatebinder. The general demands that we take Sentinel Stand, recover Amelia, and put an end to these storms at last. How did the Unbroken intend to get inside Sentinel Stand? Did you overhear them? I overheard a lot from my pen, even saw the Unbroken leader, Matthias, a few weeks past. Matthias and the others had the others convinced that some old stalwart artifact would help them resist Kairos' storms. He planned on using it to let the Unbroken pass through the window wall and enter the Strand. He frowns. Artifacts are a strange business, but the Unbroken dedicated enough resources to the task of finding one that I would take it to heart. Just tell me where Matthias sent his forces, and I'll be on my way. Oh, tell me about the artifacts. Artifacts are items of great power. They could be anything. A cloak, a pin, a pair of shoes, a fancy comb. Many of them resemble ordinary objects you might carry or wear, but they can do remarkable things. Part of how the regents maintained their dynasty was by way of inheritance. House Stratus, Sender, and Aspison amassed over the centuries a small trove of relics and guarded them fiercely, down the generations. There's the magical sword, the Dauntless. Whomever the lead regent was always wore a fancy helmet, and one of them owned an ever-burning lamp, among other things. Now, lots of these artifacts are scattered, but I am certain that before the war, every thief in the bastard city had some private fantasy about a heist on Sentinel Stand Keep. I've heard tell of artifacts that could open doors, melt flesh, or even set whole camps ablaze with nothing more than a simple gesture. It's not beyond reason that an artifact could shield someone from the worst of these storms. Just tell me where Matthias sent his forces, and I'll be on my way. He dispatched a large number of soldiers to Rust Canyons. He wouldn't have depleted Duskwatch of its defenders unless he believed in what he was doing. That is the best news I've heard in some time. There are plenty of disfavored operating in the area around the Rust Canyons, and it's only a matter of time before they overwhelm our enemies. He nods to you. Report to Graven Ash and Iron Hearth and tell him of the situation. He will need to know what's happening here. Both sides make for Sentinel Stand. But one of our commanders is in the area already. He can hold the line while you speak with Ash. Okay. Do I check? I'm gonna see if I can loot this person again, and then we'll probably sneak out the back. In fact, that might actually get me some extra EXP if I use that door multiple times. Might not. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can loot him. Can I go out this way?
Climb over.
Yep. Let's see if I get any experience for that. Nope. Oh.
Nope, no acrobatics.
It was worth a shot. Okay, so we're going back to Iron Hearth to talk to Graven Ash. I wonder if I burnt my cocoa. It's slightly bitter. Not that it's a problem, it's just weird.
I never liked Ovaltine's flavor.
I like it. It's just today it's weird.
Did you use milk?
Yeah. Then again, sometimes it's my own. I've been feeling a little under the weather lately.
Being sick can change your
my
palate.
taste buds. So specifically because it's starting to get colder outside or whatever, I've been having like postnasal drip, which has been kind of a multitude of annoyances.
That and the humidity goes down.
Yeah.
There's a number of other things.
Yeah.
Or it goes down.
Okay, Graven Ash.
There he is in his bearded majesty.
Yeah. Fatebinder, it is good of you to report in. These days, it is difficult enough to judge friend from foe, and I'm pleased to recognize you as the former of the two. Ash favors you with a curt nod. After what transpired at Vendrian's Well, the disfavored must hold fast to our allies. You are here because of your support at the siege, but I don't mistake your confidence for devotion. The Scarlet Chorus would not have you. Let's see. I'm here to serve the disfavored and stop the civil war. Okay. With Tunan's claim over you, I cannot grant you a seat of honor at the disfavored table, but in service to my legion, I warrant you can accomplish more than your humdrum legal proceedings in the adjudicator's court. He grimaces at the thought, banishing it with a wave. What is it that you require? Let's see. My search for Amelia takes me to Rust Canyons. I am pleased to hear of your progress. Rust Canyon was once a verdant pass for travelers, and now one of many choke points on the way to Sentinel's stand. Now it is merely a garbage heap infested by rebellion. I confirmed that Amelia's unit was taken by Stratus Herodin's troops. Damn that corrupt inbred of a regent. If his death were not required to end the Edict of Storms, I would take pleasure in breaking him on the rack myself. I was devastated when Amelia's cohort vanished. A father's dread is not so different from a general's, and in my case I am twice cursed to suffer the pain of her absence. I still feel her presence. It's grown stronger even, so I know that she lives, but I fear for her safety all the same. The Unbroken are seeking artifacts. That does make sense. With no means to kill Stratus Herodin from the outside of Sentinel Strand, the only chance of breaking the wind wall would be through an artifact's power. The trouble is, the number of artifacts scattered across the realm is anyone's guess, and I couldn't tell you which of them could get the job done. If these rebels are committed to the task, it is possible they know something more. I believe it was the custom of each of the regions to travel with some artifact in their possession, with all but one of their polluted bloodline killed. During the conquest, the Unbroken are likely seeking a corpse among thousands, a fool's errand, but not an ignoble one. The Unbroken leader is named Matthias. Matthias. I have not come across his name, but yours is the most recent intelligence we've dredged up from the region, so I can well believe that it's true. Whatever he calls himself, this upstart should be killed to set an example to his would-be army. Should you come across him, I expect his head to topple from his shoulders in good order. I received word that my disfavored have cleared a path to Rust Canyons that should prevent any rebels from entering or leaving the area. You should make contact with Theodore, the leader in charge of the attack. He will guide you from there. Okay, farewell.
Oh,
So
he got athletics, dodge.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what the logic is between us getting all of these skills, but like at this point, her athletic skill is pretty good. The problem is lore is kind of hard to train, so I think I'm going to have to start training that with NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Never mind, this is the wrong person.
That's the merchant.
There we are. I need to make sure I have enough money to keep up my tower, though it looks like we're okay.
You're only at 15, though.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's still, like, a month's worth of upkeep. So I'm not terribly worried.
Really?
Yeah, it's only 2.5,
Copper?
bronze rings.
Oh, bronze. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, bronze rings per day. But that's still enough to make me want to go to my way. Okay, bronze axe, not good. Skyblade javelin.
Interesting.
Nope. Stalwart great axe I'll hold on to, and another Skyblade javelin. Okay, is this better or worse? It's worse. Okay, and then she also just has a random war mace. What about armor? Sadly, we have to do this. Nobleman's hat, totally useless. Boots, mostly worthless. Horde boots, totally useless. Light leather boots. Also useless. Iron helm. I'm going to keep the iron helm and bracelet for the time being.
Those
Same
look
thing with the
nicer.
unbroken armor. But the nobleman's hat we can drop, and everything else is stuff that we probably want to hold on to.
Well, hey, that got you, what, 60?
Yep. So that's another spell's worth of stuff. I haven't even used camping supplies in a
I
while.
don't think you need spells for a while.
Nope. Okay. I probably don't, but I still would like it. Okay. Well, we have a little bit of money. Lethan's Crossing. Scrolls to further research. Higher. And lore. Control fire, control frost, control lightning. Tempting. Collection of rare magical scrolls. Strong force. Subterfuge staff. Fire and emotions. Control Gravelight and control illusions. I don't know about those. I'm going to hire this person for the time being. You can hire 6 people. At some point we'll stop by and get some stuff, but that'll probably be after this this arc. Cuz I would like to pick up more spells. Like,
It's interesting that, yeah, when we first encountered her, Kills from Shadows, or is that what her name is? I always wonder if it's...
yeah.
She did have the bobblehead, but now she never does. And I think it's because, I mean, her bestial form has the very thick neck and stuff. It's not sitting in exactly the same place that everyone else's bobblehead does.
Yeah. Do range. I'm just quickly updating all of my spells here. Cuz we have a little bit more lore now, so I can fit them in. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I'll probably just start throwing all of my money at lore, so that I can pick up extra spells. We should probably also come back and do the judgment thing, too.
We have 2 cases to judge. What was it? Whether or not that one girl got punished, and then whether or not the...
Yeah, I really wish it was
Forest.
one of those where we could actually go investigate,
Yeah, I want to investigate it.
but sadly no. Rust Commons.
Canyons.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. There's a different game. Oh, right. Rust Commons. We were playing Borderlands last night. Rust Commons is one of the locations.